Oh, that was so enjoyable. I know that she put a lot of effort, right, and practice into this, so that is so cute. So appreciate that, and I wish I had instant replay because I'd be pushing that button for instant replay to hear that again. It was so good. So thank you for that.
This is the Truths and Ladders podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truths and Ladders podcast. If you're listening to this on the release date, then today is the glorious celebration of our nation's Declaration of Independence, or the 4th of July, where we take the day off to gather with friends and family, fire up the grill, overindulge in processed food, watch some fireworks, and take bets on which drunk cousin will be the first to blow off a digit or two. Hashtag Jason Pierre-Paul. My name is DJ Swirl, and let me first thank you for taking the time to check out what I hope will become a staple in your future podcast listening experience. This is episode 1, Boundaries, where we discuss the limits we place on ourselves as well as others, both literal and hypothetical, in an attempt to identify what we consider reasonable behavior, as well as the responses when those limits are crossed. I'll be joined shortly by my co-host, Mr. Danny Fresco, to discuss these so-called boundaries in music, movies, sports, culture, politics, and more. Let's get to it. When you like a person, an artist, and they go and they do something unusual. So let's say that you like Lil Wayne, and then he drops a rock album. Do you support that based off of the fact that it's Lil Wayne? Or are you actually the opposite? Are you hesitant to support it because it's him stepping out of his lane?
No, I'll listen to it.
Will you buy it?
Streaming? I'll stream it. I mean, I'll stream it, and if there's good songs, I'll...
So if Kendrick comes out with a doo-wop album...
Yeah, I'll always listen to it.
You'll give it the time of day, but you probably won't buy it.
Yeah.
Please, Kendrick,
don't. But I mean, I always give it a chance. I always try to listen to different things, and we've experienced that listening to different albums. So I'm
right.
I can't do that. But I mean, I try to listen to the whole thing, and there's only been a few. Man.
What was the last album you couldn't finish?
The Drake Future. Was the Future?
Yeah, that's the correct answer.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for Johnny?
There was one more, I think. Wasn't there another one that we...
Well, he released 2 albums. The last 2 Future albums, I press fast forward.
If you don't like my lyrics, you can press fast forward. Do you fools listen to music, or do you just skim through it? But it's a difference between black artists and whack artists.
Lil Yachty's album's coming out.
I'm not going to listen to it.
I'm going to listen to it.
Lil Yachty, maybe, but I'm sure there's going to be those radio songs on there, and those are normally good.
I don't have anything against him as a person.
Who?
Make your money, dude.
At least Lil Yachty, there's a couple songs like I like that he was on with.
Yeah.
Like
no, he can have a goofy 16.
Yeah, like with Chance, there's a song that he has with Chance or whatever, and there's the Kyle song. It's catchy. I mean, it's not a great song, but I mean it's easy. It's okay to listen to. I mean, like it's easy to listen to.
It's not worthy of buying their album.
It's not.
It's not worthy. I wouldn't buy that single.
I wouldn't either.
If it's on my record pool,
free
awesome.
Stream. Free stream, my friend.
So Lil Yachty's in a Sprite commercial with LeBron James playing a piano. What looks like in an ice cave.
I haven't seen it.
And it's auto-tuned. What?
I haven't seen it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like LeBron either, so you're gonna.
No,
you're gonna hate this because you don't like LeBron.
No, I don't say I don't like LeBron.
Bro, what do you say?
I say
listen. He got paid for that.
Yeah.
He got paid to sit in a fake ice cave with, I guess, Sprites hanging around, playing piano and singing in. If you can play the piano, chances are you don't sing in auto-tune. And it's auto-tuned, and it still sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But but he got paid probably well for that. It's fucking Sprite. Because he's clearly not invested musically. He doesn't give a shit about what comes out or who sees it. Like he's admitted that he's cool with seeing mostly white people at his shows.
Yeah.
And you're a black artist doing black music, but you're playing a piano in an ice cave, singing in auto-tune terribly. I have a hard time with that. Just because the love I have for music again, I completely respect his hustle. Get the money while he can, because he's not going to get around right now.
Hey, you know what, too, though? Like, what happened to T-Pain, though?
He bought 7,000 cars and said, I'm good.
But I mean, like, he was like the hottest thing out there, auto-tune, and then...
You've heard T-Pain sing just real life?
No,
right?
he could sing. Yeah, I know he can
his
sing.
ass
Oh,
off.
I know. I've seen him live. And he sang and he danced and, like, he's an entertainer for sure.
I don't know the details, but if I had to guess, I would say you don't hear from T-Pain as much because he's out of his deal. He doesn't have to do that.
You think that's what it is?
How many songs between the year 2000 and 2015 was T-Pain responsible for?
Yeah.
Hooks, like big singles that he was either singing, featured, produced.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have, well, okay, one, he doesn't have to. He made his own app. I don't know how much money he made off of that. And artists that you don't hear from like that, there's a reason.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, if they're that successful, they're either dead because they overdosed or they smartened up and they got out of their deal and they own themselves now.
I can see that.
And T-Pain, I've seen him recently doing stuff. So he's still around.
Yeah, he's still there, yeah.
I just think that he's smart enough to know that he doesn't have to do the bullshit anymore.
I just miss his music because I liked his...
Oh, I miss it too. I enjoyed T-Pain.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because it's... And that's the level of club music I want to hear.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear a little auto-tuned to shit over a hard 808 saying what the fuck ever and people getting into it.
Yeah.
Making a dance to it so it goes viral. Like, that shit hurts. If T-Pain did a track with Lil Yachty, I'd be excited about it. Or if T-Pain wrote a song for Lil Yachty, I would listen to it because it's fucking T-Pain.
It'd probably be good.
And he's talented. How do you feel about homosexuality when it comes to music?
A gay rapper or something like that?
Yeah. Doesn't affect you at all.
Nah.
If you heard their album, didn't know anything about them, and liked them, and then found out that they were...
Like Frank Ocean?
No.
Like
Frank isn't
I
flaming.
love Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean's dope.
He's fucking amazing.
But I know that there are... I can't tell you any names right now, but there are gay rappers out there that get a lot of flack for doing urban music, rap, hip hop, whatever.
I mean, it wouldn't bother me unless
It wouldn't
they're
bother
like,
you?
nah.
I'm happy to hear that. It's just I know that there's that market is a lot smaller than what it should be because of that, and I feel like it matters a lot less in other genres. So like dancing, see a gay dancer, he probably will do work.
Yeah. Or like you know, like those Skrillex DJ people, like they make those songs. Like I feel like those dancey poppy,
Right.
maybe they would fit in that.
They would. You're right. They would fit in there
because they're more
easier.
like because they're more.
They
of
would be
a-
more accepted by that demographic.
and they got that vibe. You know, like they want
Right,
to party and da 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 da. Like I don't feel like.
And I understand urban music. There's an edge to it, and homosexuality is like the polar opposite of that, right?
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be not interested, not saying interested. Like I want to.
You would
like,
be
I'd be
intrigued.
curious.
Yeah.
To hear
right.
something like that. Like you know what I mean?
But you wouldn't use their sexual orientation to judge the product, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case with rap music? Is because you're supposed to be hard, you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to be a gangster, you're supposed to be a boss, you're supposed to be all of these masculine things?
I mean, if you're trying to be like a rap like a gangster rap artist, then yeah. But I mean, like there's other rappers.
No, but if you were just gay, if you catered to that following, the LGBTQ community, if that's what your aim was, why would someone hate on that? Like, I get what you're saying. If they were trying to be like hard or they were just appropriating the culture. If that's the case, then absolutely, I want anything to do with it.
But I mean, I think it goes kind of the same way, like you know, like say a gay football player or something like that. Like,
okay,
you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be macho, strong,
right.
you know, like, you know, pushing these dudes out of the way, whatever. And then once you find out they're gay, you're like,
so you have an issue with that?
No, I'm not. I don't.
Okay,
I'm just saying like.
But people do.
People do.
People do. And so is that worse? Is that worse having a gay guy in a man's locker room or an ultra feminine male rapper who's gay? What's worse?
Damn. I don't know, man.
See, me as a secure heterosexual man, if I'm in a locker room, butt ass naked, taking a shower, and I know Michael Sam is 2 stalls down. Bro, fuck, he's right next to me in the shower head, and we're showering together. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
If I'm a linebacker and he's in there with me, going hard in the paint, trying to beat the other team, trying to do what he's there to do, I have no problem with that. Why would I? If he comes on to me, we've got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But he probably wants nothing to do with me.
But I mean, how did you feel like when you found out Frank Ocean was gay though? Because he had a lot of music out before. You know what I mean?
I didn't give a shit.
I didn't either. I was like,
I listened back. It made me listen back to the words because there were a couple times when he said her or it lost the ambiguity, right? It wasn't like, and so I don't know if that had to do with, the politics behind the music and they're like, oh, well, he's gay, but let's not, whatever. But someone that has his talent level, you don't care, in my opinion. So I think it's funny that you can't be gay as shit and be a rapper.
But he got a lot of shit for it too, though.
From who?
I feel like it was in the media a lot, like, oh shit, he's gay. Like,
well, that's again, it's clickbait.
I know, but I mean,
do you know anybody who doesn't like Frank Ocean because he's gay?
Nah.
Let's talk about your circle.
Nah.
I couldn't tell you that.
Nah, I couldn't. Nah.
If I do, I don't know. I don't know that they feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
again, what motivation do these people have to be? Oh, fuck Frank Ocean, he's gay. You probably don't like that. But
I mean, look at who he hangs out with. Tyler the Creator is like, he uses faggot and all, you know what I mean? He uses he's like that wild, like.
But he's a character though.
But I mean, I wonder like if he knew right away, or like how he reacted after. Maybe he's like.
I think Tyler the Creator low key's gay shit. That's a joke.
Because you would think he would be like a homophobe almost.
Why would you think that?
Just like his personality.
What about his personality?
Have you seen his music videos? Have you seen all that shit?
I have.
And he says a lot about like faggots and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Same thing with like goes with like Eminem. Like same thing. Like he says a lot of that stuff and people like, oh, he's fucking doesn't like gays and shit like that. But I mean, like, who cares? Like, it's funny. It's funny the way he's. I don't think he's being sincere. Like, he's just rapping. Like, he's just trying to put words together.
So do you
rhymes.
So do you think there are people in Tyler the Creator's crew that have a problem with Frank Ocean?
No.
No?
Nah.
None of his cronies?
Nah.
None of his security? None of his dudes from back home?
Nah.
Come on, bro. You're giving his inner circle a lot of credit for not knowing him.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think in that macho bravado?
He's not really a macho though.
But he's in that.
He's like that punk kid, like.
Right, but so punk and gay, you tell me that's even better than rap and gay?
But Frank's not punk though. Like
he's alternative. And alternative
he's
and
more
punk
R&B
kind of
to me.
Huh?
He's more an R&B.
Yes, he's B&R to me. He's blues and rhythm. He's like Kid Cudi. He's super depressing.
Kid Cudi's more depressing.
I won't argue that. Kid Cudi.
He's definitely more emo.
Right. Okay, so emo, alternative, punk, that's all kind of in the same realm, right? Can we agree on that much? If you see an emo kid, you're probably going to see a punk kid or someone who lives an alternative, whatever you would consider an alternative lifestyle.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's all part of that same realm. So I think Tyler is in that, and so is Frank. He's just like that. He's emo, and Tyler is punk, but it's all part of the same sphere.
The label you assigned me constrained my behavior in your mind.
Wow.
And I will not have my behavior be constrained by your definitions of words that you are invoking.
But I mean, like, all right, so like all the talk about like building the wall, Mexico and all this shit. Like, what about the North? Like, what about there's no North Wall? It's just Mexico. Like, that's the only thing he's really worried about.
So,
like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I find it's kind of weird. Like, you don't hear nothing on the TV or like the news saying, "Oh, North Wall." At least I haven't.
What's the biggest difference between Canada and Mexico?
Brown and white.
Okay. So let's establish a baseline of facts. 1 is a white country. 2, Mexico, brown country, right?
Yep.
That's the most obvious thing. The second part is what comes from those places.
Drugs. Both sides.
Both sides, but mostly what would come from Canada. It's cold. You can't grow marijuana there.
Yeah.
You can't grow plant-based crops, but you can fucking flood in opioids. You can have those artificial whatever because everything is synthetic. You think of Big Pharma. Does Big Pharma own marijuana?
No.
Or cannabis, that industry? Of course not.
They're
trying
they did.
to. They're trying so hard. And that's why they're trying to delay everything until they can get their hands on it. Then magically delicious. It's like it's a commercial. Oh, open sesame, bam. And then all of a sudden, medical marijuana is everywhere. And then it's a marble marijuana. Exactly. And then it'll be that shit. So
Open sesame, sesame.
I don't like talking to people about it that have an attachment to it based off of a stigma or something that they don't understand.
Yeah.
I had put that picture up of I went to the park by Dobson Ranch for a birthday party, and so there's a bunch of little kids and shit playing around. We go to leave, and there's a van that has marijuana is the devil, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And they're recycling. So I saw that, and I had to take a picture. I was from far away. I zoomed in. It's all shaky, whatever. I saw that shit. I was like, again, it's motivation.
Yeah.
What gives them the motivation to act out like that under normal circumstances? What was their cause? Have they been doing that their whole life? Is that your life's mission? And what caused that to happen? I don't get it. But guess what will happen? You know for a fact that those brown countries are going to start putting them giant cargo ships all the way up to Canada
And bring it down.
and bring it down.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be on the Midwest and the East Coast because all the Western states are, besides Arizona, are legal.
Yeah. That's true.
The ones that matter.
Yep.
No offense.
So it's hilarious that they're spending so much time and effort and what will be money on this wall that if you saw the story that they released like a week or two ago, Sean Spicer's crazy ass was trying to convince people that beams placed closely together and at an angle is the same thing as a wall.
And to replace this with 20-foot-high Ballard wall.
Just one question about the photos. Are those photos of fences or walls?
You can literally see through it.
Yeah.
It's just built a certain way to not allow that. And so, and he kept telling them, no, it's a wall. You're going to put that wall in a river, bro? And they're concentrated areas that they can't do anything about because of the way that the land is.
Yeah. By the river.
So it's not even practical. But they're going to spend all this extra money and manpower and resources on stopping that feed. And then they want to claim the whole job thing.
Taking the jobs.
Right?
All right. So this is for me to you. Like, honestly, what do you see when you see panhandlers out there? What's the majority race you think you see?
And this isn't a joke, but some of them are pretty dirty, so you can't really tell. And it's hot as fuck out here, so they've got good tans. If I had to guess, they're probably a minority. What do you see?
I see mostly white people. I see the majority is white. To
You
me,
see majority.
the majority I see, and either veterans, which is sad.
Which is the saddest thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe they could just be playing that card. You never know.
Police, we've had some complaints about con men pretending to be blind and crippled.
Oh, I'd love to help you, man, but I ain't seen nothing since I stepped on that landmine in Viet Cong back in 72.
That's what, so the whole discussion leading up to this about that. That's why I'll give them things, but I won't give them money.
So, like, they always use that veteran or whatever. And I'm like, all right, if you are, then good. You know, that sucks.
Yeah.
That happened to you, whatever. But if they're just using that card because they're white.
Right.
If I do see a minority, it's very rare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, immediately, like, damn, like, okay, whatever. But I just feel like everybody else is just trying to hustle. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going somewhere. They're doing something, try to get some money. Like,
Right.
not just stand on the corner. Like,
And the thing that I see the most that gives me the biggest indication of where poverty is in this country, it's not a race issue when you get to that level. It's not.
yeah, because there's everybody.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
When I do things for hashtag and I'm able to go and hand out the water and the food and all that, I see everybody. You see a mix.
But I feel like, all right, I haven't done that, but I mean, like, I feel like for those type of things, I've done some other stuff for work where we've gone and we've step by step help them if they don't have an ID. If we help them try to get an ID, a cell phone, if they need a haircut.
Right.
Like we done something like that.
Yeah.
So the majority there, I see it's a mix. But I feel like the people that been living that life, they know where to go. They know how to survive.
They have a system, like
they have a
everybody
system.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, they know what they're doing. Like, yeah, I mean, it sucks that they're in that situation. But I mean, like, I feel like they know what they're doing.
Right.
All these other people that you see just standing out there, I feel like they're just being lazy. Like,
Right.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to stand there. I was like, they help people find jobs. They help people do things like that. I just feel like they just want the easy way out.
Convenience.
Yeah,
It's
convenience.
all about convenience. It's like they don't want to work in the fields. They don't want to, work outside. They don't want to work in the
McDonald's
kitchen
or anything like
right.
that. Yep.
So that's where all those jobs are taken. And of course, when it comes to people at the poverty level, there's mental health that comes into that as well. So they've either alienated themselves within their family or their support system, and so they have to fend for themselves, or their support system got rid of them. They let them go their own way because they were too much of a burden.
Yeah.
Right? So mental health, to me, plays a big part into poverty in general, and the way that we handle that is still so like the veteran situation. PTSD is huge. People coming over, seeing combat. And the shit that they have to deal with the VA. My father-in-law, he's almost 70, and he has problems, just getting the shit that he needs taken care of, right? Yeah. And he's pretty clear in the mind. These other people are not, and people like dogs more than they do people with mental health problems. I've seen that too often to not be able to say that with confidence. Not that that's always the case. I never want to speak in hyperbole like it's always this way. No, I understand that's not the overwhelming majority. When was the last time you saw a commercial with a Sarah McLachlan song playing and someone with mental health saying that they need to help support them? Never. It's always dogs, black kids and the skinny, super skinny black kids in Africa. It's always the kids in the third world countries. We don't take care of our own. Yeah. But you got fucking commercials for a dog?
Yeah. Please call the number on your screen with a monthly gift right now. For just $18 a month. Only 60 cents a day.
I love dogs. I haven't had a dog since I've been with my wife. We're celebrating 10 years. It's been a long time. I'm not a cat person. Guess what we have?
A cat.
A fucking cat. That's what love does to you.
Win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day.
But I would much rather pay or donate whatever, $10 a month to this person or this, this element that helps people that can't fend for themselves. But people will pay for these fucking dogs and these kids.
Or the people that have like those dog vacation locations
and the pet spas and
that to me that's crazy.
They dress them up in fucking jewelry and.
I mean, I know like dogs are people's best friend and all that stuff, but I mean like. I don't know. I don't own a dog, but I've had dogs growing up, whatever. But to me, like, a dog is a dog. Like, you know what I mean? He's there to...
No, I've bonded with every animal I've ever had, too. Worst comes to worst, it's got to go.
Yeah.
I can't say that's about my daughter. I wouldn't say that about my wife or anybody I know.
Yeah.
They're in a shit situation. Oh, sorry. Take you to the pound. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
Like, but...
That's another...
That's a whole nother... conversation, but it's so real.
Boundaries.
This podcast, one of the main points is to have conversations, to give context, so you don't look like an asshole saying women can't drive. So, in your experience, tell me what's happened that has given you such a bad impression on women. And I'll say this first: I agree with you to a point, or you feel stronger about than I do. So.
No, man, I'm just...
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
No.
I'm just saying, like, anytime I'm on the road, you see someone swerving.
So anytime you have an issue on the road, chances are it's a woman.
Like a 95%.
95? That's very high.
It is pretty high.
It's like really high.
You know what it is? It's their cell phones. They love taking pictures while they're driving, doing bullshit like that. They just can't get off the phone. That it's probably not even them. It's probably not. I mean, it's not going to be their fault. But I mean, it's the device.
It is.
Cell phones are just dangerous. Period. Like, yeah, in Arizona we can be on the phone and stuff like that. But I mean, they take it to the extreme. Like watching movies while they're steering, like shit like that. I was like, come on, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to realize people used to read the newspaper or books while they're driving.
Even that.
I remember seeing that shit. Of course, phones make it so much more convenient for people to do it, so they do.
But I mean, just the other day, we were going to someone's house for a barbecue, and this car just swerves like he's trying to make a left turn, and it's like a 4-way lane. So like, there's a center divider. Mm-hmm. Super swerves, almost loses control. I was like, holy shit, you know what I mean? And I'm driving and I'm catching up to it. It's a red light and they're speeding to the red light. Right. I was like, where are you going? Like, it's...
Hey, lady, what in thunder you trying to do? Crazy woman driver.
What's that serious?
Yeah, what's that? All right, maybe something's wrong. You got to go. Pull up, teenage white girl. Front bumper's gone.
All right.
We look at the rims, all scratched up. Doesn't know how to park probably because she's scratching her rims and scratching her, her rims on the curb and stuff like that.
Right.
She's on her phone the whole time, like not even paying attention. I give her a little jerk on my car, like I'm gonna go, and she almost goes. Like she's not paying attention. She just sees a car move next to her and she thinks it's green.
Right.
I was like, I could have really like probably killed her or something like if she would have went. But I mean, like I just wanted to test it out. But I mean, like, you see it I see it all the time. Like, you know, I mean, maybe it's just that. You know, sometimes you think of that, like, oh, you know, girl drivers are bad, whatever, and then you see it all the time, or you're like, oh, I want, you know, like, there's those times, I don't know if you ever felt that, but like, you're gonna buy a car, and you're like, oh, I really like that car, and then you see that car all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just that.
You're right.
So maybe that's what it is.
That's a great analogy.
And I just feel like, I don't know, like, I think just this generation, this younger generation that's growing up now, like, they're in a hurry all the time. Like,
I need a sound effect right here that goes, "Get off my lawn," because that's some old. That's what, when we were growing up, that's what old people would say.
Get off my lawn.
Get off your lawn.
Get
off their lawn.
It's the young kids. Well, this generation doesn't. Every generation goes, the generation before them doesn't, you know, they don't do things right, or they do things worse, or. But technology has made
half-ass everything.
Technology has made things, again, convenient for a lot of people. So this whole, I tried to watch Idiocracy. Have you seen that movie?
I've heard it. I've never seen it.
So it's basically the world goes to shit because everybody's lazy.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
Hey, that's good. You sure you ain't the smartest guy in the world?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I stopped. It's ridiculous. Like, it's over the top on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Does it hit spots though? Like, you're like, damn, maybe...
No. I couldn't even... Like, of course it does, because it's obnoxious. It's like people can't get... Like, they have toilets built into their seats and shit, so they don't have to get up. And they just have food and shit everywhere. Like, it's the very far extreme of everything. So it's hard to take it serious. But you see a lot of people talking about it now. They're like, oh, Idiocracy, Bridge of the Future. Like, Back to the Future with the Cubs.
Great Scott!
Well, I feel like they hit it with that movie. This is the other one.
I know you're talking
about. All
about.
the people are fat, and they're
it's
just
the little,
yeah.
It's the little guy.
The little guy, and then there's like Earth is dead, basically.
And so he goes and finds that plane or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That movie, like, I mean,
I can't think of what that is called either.
I can't think.
Wall-E.
Wall-E, yeah.
Yeah.
All those people were just sitting in the chair, like getting moved around, like just eating. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And how 2008?
Yeah.
I mean,
almost 10 years ago now. That's a dope movie. I love that movie. That movie's sick.
But I mean, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that, like you can kind of see it like happening, like shit. Like
Wally! Wally!
Because you just saw Pirates of the Caribbean 17.
Number, I don't even know what number it is.
Is there a limit to the number of movies a franchise can make and it still be tolerable?
Fast and the Furious needs to stop.
Well, hold on. We can talk about that too, and we will. Pirates, tell us about it. You said it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know. I've always liked the whole pirate, you know, like living back in the pirate ages, whatever. Like,
right.
I always thought that was fascinating.
So it's the theme.
The theme of it, I like.
Okay.
And then Johnny Depp as Captain Jack is fucking hilarious.
I mean, and it's what number is it? 6? Is that the actual number?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But no, it's just the theme of that. I mean, I've seen all of them except for the last one, the one before this.
You saw this one before the one before it?
Yeah, I don't think I watched it.
Whoa, bro.
But I mean, I've seen them all except for that one. I don't know if I just saw parts of it. But I mean...
You're about to be put back in time.
Come on.
So you don't care necessarily about the story as much as you do what it's about.
Well, yeah, because I feel like these movies, like whoever like the bad guy is in it, like they focus on that, like they don't really piece them together.
Okay.
From what I've remembered of all of them, but I mean, I don't know what the last one's really about, so I can't really.
So would that work with the Avengers?
I'm not a big fan of the Avengers. Yeah.
How many of those have you seen?
Maybe one, the first, maybe 2.
Now I've seen a few of the Pirates movies. They are all entertaining.
I don't like Transformers. The Transformer movies, I can't watch them.
So again, based off of what? What is it about that? Because they've done less of those, or it's comparable. They're close.
They're pretty close, I would say. I don't know. I just don't. It looks too fake to me. Like,
hey,
I know. No, not like fake like that, but I mean like, I'm used to watching like the cartoon Transformers, and the way they look, I don't like the way they look.
So you don't like the way it's glorified.
Yeah.
It's CG overload.
Yeah.
CGI overload. You don't like that.
Yeah. But I mean,
Pirates of the Caribbean,
it's not
where every character is basically dead, and like the main bad guy, his head is like gone partially, right?
Then on this new one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like half, and his
So you can get into that, but you can't get into Megatron and no?
I don't know what it is, man. It just doesn't draw my attention.
That's
like,
interesting.
I mean, I seen what was the last one with what's his name?
Wait, what franchise are you talking about?
The Transformers.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah. The last one that he was just in, whatever. Yeah. It was good. It was a good movie. Like, I liked it. But, I mean, it doesn't make me like, oh, let me go watch the other ones. And then the other ones had what? LaBeouf, that dude? Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. And I was just like, the first one was good. The second one, I was like, I didn't want to watch it. So I just stopped watching them. But everybody's all like, oh, man, it's so good movies. I was like, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what your taste is.
You spend $10 trillion on a movie. Should be pretty good.
Should
be pretty good. Obviously, I'm being exaggerating, but those movies cost a lot. So So is there a limit? Does it depend on the genre? Does it? Because I have no motivation to go see the Pirates movie. I'll Redbox it.
Yeah.
I don't care to go see Fast 8. Is that the new one?
13, 15.
I'll Redbox it. Like, I'm not paying full price to go watch something that you've done
over and over and over.
Over and over and over and over
yeah.
again.
I mean, I think there is a limit. I think they just need to just chill.
I mean, Star Wars, I'm going to go see every one of those.
Yeah.
Just because it's fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, but
I'm not even like into it. I don't go to the fucking midnight shows. I don't dress up. I don't go to Comic-Con as Luke or anything.
Yeah.
I enjoy the movies. I enjoy that genre.
Yeah. I like those too. I like the Lord of the Rings. Those were good. I didn't watch the Hobbit ones though. It just didn't draw my attention.
I wanted to and I never did.
It just didn't draw my attention.
Yeah, it seemed like it was. I mean, those movies are so long and you have to invest in them.
Yeah.
If you don't care about the characters or you've got shit to do, don't watch any of those movies. So yeah, I missed the Hobbit series. I don't even know if I saw the last Lord of the Rings. I think I did, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You hear they're rebooting The Matrix?
I never watched any Matrix movies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on. You've not seen a Matrix.
A Matrix.
Bro, and you like sci-fi. You enjoy sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
Why?
Damn, Daniel.
I don't know.
You have to fucking go back in time.
I
what
know,
is
man.
it? What keeps you from watching one of the greatest trilogies?
I feel like if I watch it now, it's gonna look too cheesy.
Of course it is, but it's like Star Wars.
Yeah,
if nobody's seen Star Wars, especially a female, like women drivers, they're not all like that. But I don't think my wife's cared to go see any of the Star Wars, but she's just not into that. So.
See, my wife never watched any of the Star Wars, and we actually sat down with the boys and watched it, and she was actually, she didn't love it, but I mean, she liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I just never really got into it. I don't know if maybe something else was out during that time that probably caught my attention.
Yeah,
I have to. That's the only thing I can think of is maybe there was something else out that I like better. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I mean? There has to be.
I feel like this last year having a daughter has fucking changed my ability to get really into
anything.
Luxury.
Yeah,
you know,
like anything like
pastimes or hobbies or whatever. Like, I would for sure love to go see more movies at the theater.
Yeah.
But during the times that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Without having a babysitter and all that, it just seems. And I have a 65-inch television and a surround sound system. So if I Redbox a Blu-ray,
there it is.
It's not a gigantic screen in a theater with the comfortable. Well, my seats are pretty fucking comfy. Like I can lay down, I can wear my PJs.
Yeah.
Order the food you want, not whatever they supply or the experience.
The experience.
The convenience.
Yeah.
Is so much better at my house. So I'll Redbox everything, but I won't run to go see a movie. Get Out was the last movie I really wanted to see, and I made it a point to go see.
See, that movie I wish I would have saw in theater.
And I was mad. I was going to put you in fucking timeout when you didn't go see that earlier. I remember we were going golfing or something, and I was like, oh, Get Out. You've seen that, right? And it was like, it'd been out for like 2 months, and you're like, yeah, I've heard about it, but...
No, I told you what I told you. You said it was more of a comedy. I was like, bro, it's no comedy.
I said it is.
It was not funny. There was funny parts, but I mean...
said it is a horror movie that is...
You said horror/comedy.
Comedy second, on purpose. I didn't say it's a comedy/horror. I said it's a horror movie.
I think more drama. Drama horror.
They're killing
suspense.
Folks. But yeah, I mean...
But it was a good movie. It was really
whatever
good.
the label is.
It was really, really, really good. It was really well done.
And that cost $4 million.
And they made...
Not $10 trillion, and they made one of it.
Yeah.
And it's the best movie I've seen.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
But again, I haven't gone to the theater and seen the fucking movies because they're...
But I mean, the Pirates want to go see it this last weekend. Yeah. We saw it at the...
You saw it opening weekend. That's a big deal.
It was the Dolby Theater, too.
See, you did special.
That extra. Well, I mean,
you
that's
really fucking like the pirate shit.
I mean, that's just what it was playing at. But I mean, in that Dolby theater, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's
and
just
bro,
what
it was dope. Like the surround sound and everything was like crazy in that. Like I wish I could see other movies in that.
If I go see a movie, I'm gonna go see it in IMAX.
I've only done IMAX once, I think, and I don't remember what it was. But
I
this
saw
was years
Inception
ago. See, that would have
in
been crazy.
IMAX, dude, and it was amazing. I don't like to see 3D.
Yeah, 3D
that
to me is
big
alright.
because I don't feel like the technology is where it needs to be yet. Yes, cool things jump out toward you, but that red and blue shit, if they can't get rid of that, I don't know. I
think nowadays it's more
extra for it.
It just looks blurrier. Like it doesn't look red and blue.
And so it's like if you watch a 4K movie on a 60 or 120 hertz TV, the auto motion, like it's it's
you can
like
see
it's
it like,
wavy, like it has that extra shadow or whatever. You can see its aura when shit moves fast. So like Transformers is tough to watch if you don't have a really nice TV because that action scenes, like when they're fighting, I don't know if it was the second or third one, but I was like, I can't even tell what's going on because it's going so fast and it's so I can't remember if it was the second one I said that, and then the third one, they did a lot more slow-mo fighting scenes, but I appreciated that because I was like, oh, I can actually see the detail and what's going on and be involved, but otherwise it was just giant robots all over the place, so yeah. But Inception in IMAX, dude. Wow. I would go see that again in IMAX just because it's... Doctor Strange, I rented that. That would have been awesome to see in IMAX because the way that the world's collapse and all the magic and shit, like the graphics.
I think it's on Netflix now.
Yeah, you can see it. It's a good movie. I'm into that shit though.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the second one was fucking badass.
Oh, you saw that one too?
Yeah, that was really good.
I want to go see that.
The first one was good.
It was good.
This one was
even more better.
It was more better.
I'm telling you, I'm more better.
Yeah, man. But I mean, the only other movie really, like I don't really go to the movies too often, but I mean, if I do, it has to be something I really, really want to watch.
Yeah.
And the only other one right now that I see is in the future is It, the remake.
Wait, who's the lead in that?
I don't know. I think it's just a bunch of new people.
Oh, really?
It's a Stephen King's It, yeah.
A
scary
can't
movie,
remember
the clown one.
I know. Oh, okay, it's the clown one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I.
But I mean, that's the only one I really want to see, and then obviously the new Star Wars, but that's not until December.
Right.
But, I mean, it has to be good.
I couldn't even tell you what movies are coming out this summer. Like I don't. Again, you go to see new movies, so you get to see what's coming out in the previews.
And we like to go see scary movies too. Like I think scary movies in theaters makes it that much more exciting because it's louder. You mean like it can scare you better than watching
I'm telling
at home.
you, bro. Come over. We gotta watch a movie here. I got my shit right. And obviously the screen isn't gonna be as big, but and I'm sure it happens to more people. I feel like the last 4 or 5 movies I've gone and seen in the theater, there's been some person who felt obliged to talk most of the movie.
Really?
In normal voice conversation, like we're talking this volume right now, dead silent, or it's dark.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers are having a conversation about some personal shit. And the last time, it was during Get Out. My wife was on the right-hand side of me, and there was this lady who would not stop talking. And she's elderly. I don't know what the age is. I don't want to be rude. She's older.
Yeah.
And she was just talking about like yard work and shit. Like the suspenseful parts
like, I need to get one of those guys.
Old boy was sinking into the sunken place.
Yeah.
And she's talking about her hedges or some shit.
She probably wanted a slave.
Yo.
It's probably this movie. This movie's giving me ideas.
I should have watched her during the bingo set to be if she was like, if she got quiet. Now you're interested. Oh yeah. Oh, buying people is fucking cool, huh?
At 42, here, not a minute and a half, not a minute and 2, not a minute and a half, and not a minute and 43, at 43, not a minute and 3, not a minute and a half.
But no, she was
when they're bidding.
Right. She was talking, and I'm just like, and so I saw my wife getting annoyed, and so I let it go. I was like, all right, rule of 3. She did it once. I didn't say nothing. She did it twice. Ripped this chair a little harder. I was like, all right, sink in. You're gonna commit to this.
Yeah.
And she was gonna do it the third time, and then she didn't fucking say another word. So half the movie she was talking, and then I don't know if hopefully she just ran out of stuff to talk about.
You should have been like, yo.
No, I was gonna exceed her volume level. However loud she was talking, I was gonna go above that, so she knew I was talking to her.
I should throw popcorn at her ass.
No.
Throw a whole bucket, be like,
that's assault, brother.
Well, I haven't heard that in forever. I don't think there's a lot of Marvel and stuff like that. They got to keep coming out with them. Like it's just what's hot right now.
Yeah,
They're gonna keep doing it. But I mean,
and
even
remakes.
those,
Everything's a fucking remake.
Yeah, now it's like Iron Man. Iron Man had his own, and then the Hulk.
Well,
I
no,
don't think
that's
the Hulk,
different because they're building.
But they're
the story
branching
to
out.
connect them like Justice League. That's coming out this summer, right? Or is it?
I don't know, but I mean, this new Spider-Man movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
Like it looks good, and they have
Spider-Man 12 with the new.
It's starting all over again for the
new characters,
40th time.
Our new actors,
except for Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. He's
As
Iron Man.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I think that's cool that they're doing that. Like, they're taking that role. Like, all right, you're Iron Man. Like in other.
Well, I think they have to because Spider-Man's been done so many different ways.
There's so many different Spider-Mans.
Yeah, it's
but
like,
I mean,
how do you commit to that?
This one looks pretty cool though. It looks interesting. Like,
but it's the same story though, right?
I think it's like he's trying to be part of the Justice League.
So it's after Uncle Ben's not gonna die again, right?
I think he does again.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why? If you support Spider-Man 27, you probably don't need to see Uncle Ben die again.
Yeah. That's
Jesus.
That's what I mean.
So there you go. Red box. Straight up. Stamp it. Whatever.
That's
I'm not
what I
gonna go
mean.
to the movie theater and see that. Like that. Why?
I'm not gonna go watch it, but I mean, it looks interesting.
That's like paying to read the same book again.
Yeah.
And it's even worse because in a book you can't see the people. So our previews, are they a big deal? Talking about boundaries. When my wife and I first started dating, if we went to see a movie and we showed up too late, we weren't watching the movie. And too late.
You wanted to see the.
Too late doesn't mean after the movie starts. That means if any of the previews started, she was looking at the other shows to see if there's something else we could go see.
She wanted to see the preview.
Yeah, it was a big deal. And to me, at first, I was like, okay, that's funny. Probably not serious. Oh, you serious?
Now you can see it more like it's.
But I enjoyed the previews.
But I mean, it's convenient. Like now you can. Oh, let me pull them up.
Right. You
but
totally
now
can.
before it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, what's coming out? What's coming out?
Right.
That's why you would go to see the previews, to see what's coming out.
I don't like. I feel like they give away too much now with previews.
I feel like
it's like you see the whole fucking movie. You just don't get all the extra details. Like people who love a book that's turned into a movie tend to dislike the movie because of some of the stuff that's left out.
Yeah.
Because of time constraints. Because you can't put a 600-page book into 2 hours. You can, but you're probably gonna leave out a lot. So what we do, and what we have done for a long time, is we give like little glances. So I'll say she's sitting over here, and we're just posted up watching previews, whatever. So we'll watch a preview, and we'll both look at each other and be like, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, we do that
or it's
too.
like red brat, right? So
Yeah, we do that too.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
But if I miss a preview, I'm gonna go still see the movie.
I'll be like, let's watch that movie.
Exactly.
She's like, yep.
Magic Mike, Double XL, or whatever the second. I never saw the first one, but she went with her girlfriends to see the first one. So the second one, when it was, has it come out? It did, right?
Yeah, it's been out, I think.
Right. So she went with her girls to see it. And so when she saw it, I didn't even turn. I just felt her look at me, and she's like this the whole time. Like, yeah, I'll go see it with my girls. But there's movies like that I go see, and it's usually a matinee during the day.
Yeah.
And just because it's cheaper. And I know she has no interest in seeing it.
Ever since like the whole thing with like people getting shot up in theaters, that shit paranoids me to this day still.
So what do you mean?
Like I'll just be sitting there and be like, that food looks sketchy as fuck.
Oh, you profile people.
Yeah.
You profile people in the theater. Oh, man.
But not like to the max. Like I'm just like, damn, that food looks sketchy. But I mean, like it's always in the back of my mind now. Because, bro, that shit happens a lot. Like, I mean, I know it hasn't happened here.
Okay, a baseline of facts. What's a lot?
What do you mean?
Who do you know that was personally affected by a theater
nobody,
shooting?
but I mean...
You said a lot.
I mean, it's happened a lot. Like, a lot of times people...
It happens.
Yeah, that's
a
true.
lot means that
I think
you're at risk if you... Like, okay, so what happens more? Club shootings or movie shootings?
That I know of? Or like that...
Come on, bro.
Movie theater.
You do that shit on purpose. You know if you go... Where did you go? Was it the 27th Avenue bar?
Oh, yeah.
And you were telling me, like, bro, this is sketchy as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
You didn't want to be there, right?
I didn't.
So do you feel worse there or at a movie theater?
There.
Okay. All right. Now let's just use that as the baseline. It's a very extreme example, but it's local. And you experienced it, so you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, talking about boundaries. What does it take for a sketchy-looking person you've profiled? What do they have to do to where you become You switch from being a concerned person to a person of action. What would they have to do? Like what? Okay, first of all, what's their outfit? Trench coat, right?
Probably, or something, just sitting by
A
themselves.
long jacket, an unseasonable piece of clothing. So if it's hot, they've got something heavy on.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Probably, yeah.
What else?
They're sitting alone.
Okay, they're by themselves.
Yeah. You don't trust nobody that watches the movie by themselves.
Male or female?
Male, probably. At least I'm gonna go 90% male.
So that's the flip side of the female driver conversation.
Someone that might shoot up the theater is probably a guy.
Probably a guy.
Yeah.
Is he white?
Most likely.
Okay. I don't know.
He might have colored hair, pink, red, blue.
Oh, he might show out some way.
Yeah.
He might subtly.
Did you ever see that meme of
that
dude, the black dude, was like sitting next to this guy with red hair, and he kind of looked like the last shooter that was in the. He's like, I gotta make sure I talk to this guy, and he's like, he seems cool, whatever, and he posted a picture with him. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's pretty funny.
That's funny.
I don't know why, it just freaks me out, especially when I have my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, of course. Yeah.
But I mean, I doubt it's gonna happen. But I mean, it's just for some reason, it's just that's there. Like, damn, you never know, man. The world's a crazy place.
But see, that's something that you can't control it occurring, but you can kind of you have a hand in the outcome.
I need an escape route.
Right. So you plan. So do you sit in the theater in a certain area because it's near an exit?
No.
So you're.
I gotta sit somewhere in the middle. So
that's kind of the worst place if there's a shooter, though.
That's true, but I'd rather see my movie in comfy.
So
bro, have you ever sat on the side of a theater? That's not a way to watch a movie.
So the convenience factor trumps your life. That's what you're saying.
Don't say Trump.
Did I say Trump?
Yeah. Trumped your life.
See, he ruined that. That's like a term.
My bad. You a motherfucker, Mr. President.
So you would lose your life over middle seats.
Middle seat with the bar.
With a bar.
I can just hop over and peace.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. That's funny as hell.
Or if it's a big theater, sit in the back. Just because the screen's big.
Yeah, I don't go into movie theaters fearful.
Nah.
That's like the whole fire situation to me. You're probably more likely to get shot than burnt to life nowadays in a movie theater, because hopefully they have some kind of water system or some kind of something that would help extinguish it. But maybe that's a bonus for watching movies at home. And that's not a selling point for me not going to the movies. The chances of me getting shot go way down if I watch at home.
Boundaries.
One of the biggest things going into this NBA Finals is the whole LeVar Ball situation. And what's his kid's name? I can't even think. Big Baller Brand. I know it's him being a loudmouth, his kid releasing a shoe that's $500.
Yeah.
And then you have Jordan and that brand and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And what it apparently will forever be, because he's like the Avengers series or Spider-Man.
That's true.
Jordan is the Spider-Man of the shoe world. It just keeps getting redone and people just eat it up.
It's classics.
If I could get a pair of Jordans, authentic Jordans, I would take them. I wouldn't turn them down if they were free, but I'm not paying the money for them. I almost did in Vegas after I won.
I would only, but there's only specific of his shoes that I like.
Oh, of course. I think everybody has their favorite.
Yeah. But that's all it is. But I mean, if I had the money to do it whenever they drop, then I probably would have more. But I mean, I'm not one of those dudes that are like, oh shit, I need to get every pair of Jordans or retros that come out. Like, I wear my shoes too much
for them to stay nice.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I get you.
I'd rather buy my kids some Jordans or something.
So where's the line? And is there a line that Big Baller Brand has crossed? Because
they're making their money.
Hold on a second. Why do people buy Jordan shoes? Because they look good. Okay, they're popular, but why? Because the greatest player of all time is on the shoe.
That's the number one, yeah.
Right? So people pay an exorbitant amount of money for Jordan shoes because there's history behind them. There's the greatest basketball of all time imprinted on them. Why does Big Baller Brand think that they can release a shoe for a college player? Was he a freshman?
That dude. All I know is he wants to be a Laker really bad. His dad wants him to be a Laker.
Of course, because LA, because it's all about money.
And he's from UCLA, and he goes.
Yeah, it's all about promotion. I get it. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with him designing a shoe, owning it, doing all that. I have a problem with the price, and I have a problem with the expectation that people should want to buy. Like, that they thought there was a demand for that.
Yeah.
And the stupid people that have bought them already.
And they look like Kobe's.
And they're a ripoff.
Yep.
So it's like.
But what about Shaq though? Like Shaq had his own fucking cheap shoe, but I mean.
Where does Shaq rank?
In what?
All-time big men in the NBA. Where does Shaq rank?
Top 3.
Where does Jordan rank?
Number 1.
Where's LeVar Ball or Lonzo? I think his name. Lonzo Ball. Where does he rank?
The bottom.
We don't even fucking know yet.
Bottom. The bottom of the bottom of the bottom.
He has sandals. They call him something else. I don't know. It's a cool term I'm not hip to. Slides? That's probably wrong.
Those are my chanclas.
They're like $120, bro.
I mean, people eat it up, man. I mean,
but why?
Same
What's the
thing
motivation?
with Kanye. Kanye has shoes, and they're fucking selling like crazy.
Yeah,
they're
I wouldn't fucking buy Kanye's either. But Kanye, who is Kanye?
The GOAT.
Top 5. He's a top 5er. He can charge because he has established a brand. He is creating a brand, LeVar Ball, and he's going out on his. He's pulling a Trump.
But I mean, it's not. I don't even think it's the kid. It's the dad. Like,
no, I have no ill will with Lonzo. He's fucking 19, 20 years old, whatever. He's young as shit. His dad is washed up, was never great at anything, and is using the greatness that his son is showing glimpses of at a young age. He's using that and trying to capitalize on it. I understand the hustle. I respect the hustle.
Yes, scummy.
But where the fuck is it deserved though? Who has the balls to just say that?
Yeah.
And expect a great return on it? I'm sure there's a percentage of the population that went out of their way to buy them, to be the first to have them or to flip them.
Just to be, have them.
Just to have them.
Yep.
Just to be right. Just to be on that side.
Yep. You got them or you don't.
So Stephon Marbury has been raking in China, has been winning titles in China or overseas. It might be Japan. I think it's China. And his shoes are sold for $15. They're his shoe. They're his brand. He makes sure that they're made right.
Shaq has them too, though.
He has cheap shoes?
He has cheap shoes.
Like they're in Target and whatever?
Uh-huh.
Where's the line? Where's this boundary? Who's right in this situation? And why are they right? Is Jordan worth the price tag because of who it represents? That's debatable. I can't say anything super negative about it. But, I mean, the price, yeah. But if you really want
I don't
those,
even think the price is that bad either.
Huh?
I said Jordan shoes, like they're normally. I mean, nowadays, yeah. I mean,
I love that face. You can't see it, but the face he made, his half of his mouth went one way, and he goes, trying to backtrack.
I mean, I don't feel like they're too pricey compared to, like,
but they're their own thing.
Yes, true, and yeah, but I mean, like,
they're
if they're like, all right,
Michael
if you
Jordan
can get
shoes.
These Jordans, you can get these Yeezys.
Bro, I'm buying $39.99 clearance. You seen my basketball shoes? I sent the picture over to my little brother before I went to Vegas. I was like, oh, I got my shoes ready so we can play while we're down there. Because there's a little park across the street from the house that we Airbnb'd. He clowned me so hard in the way that my brother only can.
Give me a high five.
One of the best things to come out of this whole scenario is it's easier to see people freak out because they feel like that's they've been given clearance, I guess. Have you seen that? Have you seen people that normally don't speak out that now do? On both sides?
Yeah, easily. White people basically feeling like they don't give a fuck now. Like they can say whatever they want just because he's in there.
Right.
And the other way around too, like people do freak out. Like, what is this guy doing there? You don't know what he's doing, stuff like that. But
right.
I mean, I don't know where I read it or where I saw it, but it was something. I think it was either Talib Kweli said something like, "We need to see this like basically fall in order to regrow, whatever." Something to that.
Like you don't know rock bottom until you've hit it, or
Yeah.
you can't get better until you've hit rock bottom.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I mean, the way I see it is, yeah, he's there, and I don't really like stress out about it at all. All the stuff that he may be doing, whatever, like I just ignore it. That's just the way I am because I know change is coming. You know what I mean? Like something better is gonna happen from this. So
you don't feel obligated to be a part of that change?
Nah, I don't know. Like I just kind of like I feel neutral to it. Like like it doesn't bother me. Like you know, I don't know what I could do to make a difference. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'm not like a political person to be like, you know, oh no, let's change this or let's protest. Like I mean, like I'll vote. Like I'll do that.
Right.
But I mean, other than that, like.
So will you vote next year for all of the House and Senate seats? Will you take the time to understand who's I don't even want to say who's on whose side, because Republicans can come out of this a smart way and think, how about we separate ourselves from, what is considered a Republican issue because Trump claims he's a Republican. But I don't want to choose a side. I want to choose policy. I want to choose someone who represents what I believe should be the case. And if that crosses party lines, it does, because another boundary is a lot of people choose a side. And I feel like it's more because they want to be just right. Like, not do what's right, but just to be on the winning side. Like, that shit to me drives me crazy. Yeah. And for what? To pat yourself on the back?
Yeah.
Like, how does that help? So I understand what you're saying and how you don't want to be, how you don't feel there's much you can do. But we have the springboard of social media now. So it's like, I don't have a way to influence a lot of people, and I'm not really trying to influence it. I just have a way to speak my opinion. So I've lost friends over this whole transition, and like I said, just the way people have been coming out, like you said. And of course, overwhelmingly, they're going to be white. They're not all white. Yeah. I've been surprised by some other folks, and that came out of left field.
Yeah.
And again, it's that assumption. It's that assumed boundary that because you're a minority, you don't support Trump. But there's a lot of people that do.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I lost, I can't remember what he said. Oh, he said he called me posting online my ridiculous social media half-ass activism.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
Like, does it feel, and we're not friends right now. You don't know me, but you see me, I'm a friend of a friend, right? And you see me posting or whatever on their timeline. Does it look like I'm like super thirsty to get attention? I don't feel like I'm ever, so my goal is never to get attention, it's to bring attention to a subject so people talk about it. Because I feel like a lot of, and another reason why I want to do this podcast is to have dialogue so people can get context. So you can talk about an issue that's a bullet point or just, a clickbait, and actually discuss it. Because if it's all out of context and it's all surface level, of course it's going to look like I'm racist or I'm this or I'm that. But if people don't take the time, and that's why I never post something without a link, without a picture, or something that shows where a resource. And I try to make an effort to look at multiple sites. I don't just go to the left side or the right side. I go from different sources and see what matches up. And you can kind of start canceling out the shit that's extreme on either end because they can't help themselves. But that plus he baits people so well.
Yeah.
The best I've ever seen. That's right. All I have to do is bait the trap. And he may be a master forger, but I am a master bait. Whoa, that was close. Almost masturbated myself there.
He knows that.
I'm not a fan of Trump. People who know me know that. People who see the stuff I post know that. It has nothing to do with him as a person. It has everything to do with him as our leader, as the leader of the free world. Like the whole cough VV whatever shit that happened yesterday or today or whatever. Like, he did this random ass post, and at the very end he's misspelled coffee super obviously. Right? So of course all of the news outlets jump on it. Oh, is it coded or is it da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
It's like he baits people over nothing, and people gobble that shit up.
But I think that goes for everything.
True, but it's at another level. Like, we're experiencing, it's like caffeine overload. As far as, and the people that get motivated as a result of it, that's the scariest part to me, is these motherfuckers like, what's his name? Jeremy Joseph Christian. He's the dude that he was harassing these two young Muslim girls who were on a bus or public transportation, right?
Yeah.
They weren't doing shit to him. He just saw one of them had a headpiece on, or headscarf, went crazy, started talking shit, right? So he's harassing the shit out of him, and like, he's a big, he doesn't look like a small guy.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be a problem if he wanted to be.
Yeah.
And so 3 guys come over to tell him to stop. He kills 2 of them, and another one's in critical condition in the hospital.
Jeez.
At this motherfucker's arraignment yesterday, he shouted,
"Free speech or die, Portland. You got no safe place."
This is America. Get out if you don't like free speech. There's a big difference between free speech and fucking murder. Like, for him to be the antagonist, the provoker of that situation, and then to claim free speech, and now he's got self-defense because they're trying to stop him from harassing, like that kind of the balls that it takes to do that. I feel like there's a lot more of that happening. And I'm not blaming Trump. But it's a phenomenon. It's like that dude that was in the wheelchair. The video I posted, dude in a wheelchair, just randomly walked and just no, he didn't walk. He was cruising by, and heard this dude talking to his mom in Spanish because that's her native tongue.
But I'm speaking to my mother in Spanish because that's her language.
I don't give a shit. Shut up.
And out of nowhere, you just come out and say something like that? So my family that's also all military fought just like you did.
I don't give a fuck.
Right, lost limbs.
Learn how to fucking speak English.
Unbelievable.
We live in America.
I did the crime of talking to my mother in Spanish because that's the language she speaks.
It is a crime.
Yeah. Can I ask you who you voted for?
And of course, he had to throw in on purpose. He's like, by the way, if you don't mind me asking, who'd you vote for? I thought that was the best part of the video because the dude immediately went from assaulting, like being aggressive, to being aggressive defensively. Like he hit both corners of obnoxious behavior. And for what? Because he heard a language he didn't understand. Not because she was talking shit about him or she was being rude or doing something that would cause you to normally say something to another person, let alone a person who speaks a different language. But this is America. Like, same thing. This is America. Get out. If you don't like it, get out. What? We're a country of immigrants. And we're frowned upon in a lot of parts of the world because we only speak one language. Like, it's expected of other cultures to have their native language and to speak English well.
Well, that's what I heard too. Like, I had friends that go to Europe. That they look down on. Like, they're like, oh, Americans. You know what I mean? Like, but we're doing the same thing here. Like,
of course, you have stereotypes. So that's the thing. And they pull the patriot card, or they say it's patriotism or nationalism. So go America, whatever, right? So you have to think that you're in France. Fucking go France. And you're over there asking, do you speak English? And they're like, no, fuck you. You came here. But the native language is French. So if you're going to travel there, I get it. So if you're from France and you go to English or to America and you don't speak English, you probably should try to learn. So I understand, yes, you should try that, but don't fuck with somebody because they're speaking a different language in America. So while this episode may be coming to an end, this discussion and the others to follow can continue online on Instagram and Twitter at TANDLpod and via email TANDLpod@gmail.com. One goal of mine through this process is to create a community where people can come to share experiences, have healthy debates, laugh, cry, joke, and be serious all together, without the fear of retribution or condescension. A place where context is given a platform to combat the malevolence of those who spread fake news, clickbait, and disinformation with the sole purpose of creating chaos. What you hear in these episodes is just the starting point. I do not have all of the answers, let alone any given the subject.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
But I look forward to the opportunity to listen, learn, and take any and all constructive criticism or praise that may come from you as a result. Please feel free to share this with anyone you think will find it entertaining, insightful, silly, or just noise to get you through a long commute or a day at work. For my man Danny Fresco, my name is DJ Swirl, and this has been the Truths and Ladders podcast. Until next time.